What's up, YouTube? Today we have another video of what's sold on eBay. These are all orders that we had from Thursday to Friday, yesterday. Today is Saturday morning. So I'm going to go ahead and package all of these orders. But just to give you guys a brief little overview, we have CDs, we have video games, we have a lot of clothing, we have Blu-rays, and we have some shoes. So we'll be going over this right now, one at a time, very quickly, and just showing you guys what's sold. Hope you guys find this enjoyable. So for our first item today, we actually have a pair of Nikes that sold. Let's see here. So these Nikes sold. These are some Nike running shoes. They sold for $24 plus shipping. So not bad at all. We picked these up at the bins. I think it was $7 for these. So the good thing is that they sell fast and they were fairly clean. So that's all that matters when it comes to us trying to push things out and still making some money. So $24 plus shipping. Not bad. Okay, and just to correct myself, those shoes, those Nikes, were actually $24 plus shipping, not $24. I have a thing with numbers, I just get them mixed up all the times. But yes, $24 for those Nike shoes. Up next, we have, let me see if I can find it real quick. I have it down here. One of the first things I pulled out for the video. This is a Twilight Edward shirt from the series. I believe this one sold for $11.04 plus shipping. Not bad. Picked this up for $1. Alrighty, up next, what we have here is a skirt. It has a floral pattern, as you can see, with many colors as pink, yellow, orange, and blue. And this is from the brand Maeve. So we're starting to get more used to picking up women's clothing because we know that there's a market there still as well that we haven't really yet tapped into properly. So every time we head out to source, we try to look out for brands that just pop out. This brand is a decent brand, and because it had floral patterns, it could have sold for more, but we took 13 plus shipping on it. So next up, we have this Nikon. It's a Nikon AF lens, camera lens, and these typically we used to not pick them up, but we started to pick them up more often now because we are seeing a lot of videos where YouTubers are making a lot of money picking these up. So this guy right here, we picked it up for, I believe the cost after we bought a bunch of cameras from this one guy, about $5. And this right here sold for $50 plus shipping. So really good. Next up, we have apparel again. This is called A Crazy Shirt is the brand. This guy right here didn't sell for much, but these always sell fast. A lot of t-shirts that we pick up, it's just $1. So this guy right here sold for, I believe, $13 plus shipping. Now onto media, Divergent, the series. It's a 3-movie collection on DVD. It sold for $9.99 free shipping. This is 50 cents for the cost of the DVD at the bins, and so when we sell it for $10 plus I think it's like 4 something for shipping, maybe another $1, we're making like $3 on it, but it sells really fast and we never really get returns on DVDs. It's the good part about it. So fast out the door. Alright, so we have this JanSport Loyola Law School. It's a sweater, so it's a hoodie. This guy right here sold for $18 plus shipping. It was on, I believe we had it originally listed for $25 plus shipping, but we took an offer. We love getting things pushed out if we can, as fast as we possibly can. So we're willing to take ambitious offers whenever they come our way, as long as we see that, like, okay, it's not the best sell-through rate, like 30%. Likely, if we don't take that offer, it will sit around for maybe another month before we can sell it. I'd rather just get rid of it, make my money back, make some extra money, and invest it in another item with potentially a higher sell-through rate. So 18 plus shipping, fast out the door. All right, we have The Seventh Brother, the DVD. You would think that something like this wouldn't sell for a lot, but this is a DVD. This is factory sealed, and this guy right here sold for $17 free shipping. So very good for 50 cents, you guys. If you ever see sealed media, you gotta just scan that barcode. If you scan the barcode, look through the sell-through rate, you will sometimes find that it's worth picking up, even for $1. So just look it up all the time. You know what you're getting before you get it, so that you know when it will potentially sell, so you can make your money back and not just keep it in your inventory for over a year or two. So awesome. All right, sorry, the wire's in the way. Let me get the second pair of shoes. Oh, they're not there, so they must be over here somewhere. Oh, let me go get them. I think I left them. Let's take you with us. All right, let's see here. Where are they at? They're all the way up here. So let's see here. All right, so these New Balances, let me just see how much they sell for. All right, so these New Balances sold for 20 plus shipping, size 11 New Balance. Always look at the model. There's an art style within the tag where it shows the sizing. So it will tell you if it's worth picking up or not. And these guys right here, these were worth picking up for $5. Turn 5 into 20 very quickly. It is always worth it. So cool. Toss these where the other shoes go. All right, we have 23 video games going out on one bundle deal. It's not a bundle deal, it's a lot deal. Sorry, the camera's not positioned properly. But all these video games, these are 23 video games for the PS3. I believe there's only 5 sports games, so for what it's worth, they get some majority are going to be still very common video games, but they're very, very they're very played, heavily played video games that a lot of people know about. So maybe somebody's going back a nostalgic little journey, trying to play some old video games, or maybe even collecting. $40 plus shipping for all of these. It's 23 of them. We normally never pick up individual video games for $1 for the PS3 like this. If it's a PS4 or even Xbox One, or if it's worth it based on the sell-through rate, we'll pick it up. But for the most part, video games like Uncharted, Black Ops, they're just mass produced, so there's a lot of them out in the market. Sell for about like $8 plus shipping, sometimes even less. So whenever we do get them, we want to get them bundled up with other deals. So I would say average cost per unit, it's probably around, or per video game, is probably around 50 cents. So if it's 23 of them, we paid what? Like, I don't even know. Like $12. Yeah, like 12.75. I don't know, 11.75, $12, around $12. All right, for everything. Let's just say $12 for everything right here. Turn it into 40. It's also very quick once we listed it, so it's just very worth it. Very happy to see that go out the door. Even though it's not the season anymore for snowboarding or skiing. This brand right here, Burton. It still sells, not for a lot. I mean, if this was December or November, this would probably sell for around like 30 to 40 easily. Right now, so for 25 plus shipping, but paid $1.80 for it, so I'm okay with that flip. These Hackett London sunglasses frames only, so for $25 plus shipping. Always a good brand to look out for. Just make sure you're checking the model on the side of the frames. They will show you what it's worth and what it sells for and how fast it can sell for. So just keep an eye out for these. Very good. Paid $1.50 for it, turning it into 25. Always worth it. So the Salvation Army had a 50% off all clothing day last Friday, I believe, or the Friday before. I think it was last Friday. I was able to find this on the shelf on the electronic side. Typically, the Salvation Army in our area isn't really good. Honestly, it has a lot of very old items. I would say it has items that are still there even before I moved to this area. So, not the best of Salvation Armies, but for new inventory. But when it does have new inventory, it's always good looking it up. This German GPS unit sold for $38 plus shipping. This guy right here only cost me $5, so I'm very happy with the sell. We did take it on an offer. It typically goes for 40 to 45, even 50, but we took a $38 offer just to get it out the door. So still worth it. By far the best not video game, the media sell for Blu-rays that we've had in a very long time is Star Wars: The Last Jedi in 3D with the cover, the sleeve cover. This guy right here is not even new in box. It's pre-owned, and it's sold for $40 free shipping. So if you guys see this this movie, this Blu-ray out on the shelves at a thrift store, pick it up. It's worth it. All right, so I don't want to bore you guys with a ton of the little things because we do have a lot of little items, and I just popped them up on the like a pop-up little comps of how much these things sold for. So got those. We got these old Lays. I think it's like $13 right here. They sold also. The CD, Fifth Dimension, sold. I think this is I don't even know, but I'll put it up here. Not a lot of money on these, but they all add up. Everything adds up over time, and it's always worth it in the end. You know, that's what we're here for. I mean, sometimes it's about volume. So if you can sell enough little selling profitable items, then it adds up in the end. If you sell 10 items for $20, it does add up. Or even for $15, it all adds up, guys. So I'm never unappreciative of the small sales. It's just something I know that on camera to present it to you guys, it's not that entertaining. So I don't go too crazy with it anymore. I have a lot of backlog of videos that I recorded where I was like, damn, these are all like $5, $6, $7, $8 items. I don't really want to bore you guys with all that content that's just redundant. So I'm narrowing it down to just cool things. Video games are always cool. Shoes are always cool to see. And then like something like this apron that sold for, I think it sold for like $16. It's a Polo Ralph Lauren apron. Not apron, sorry. Not an apron. What am I saying? It's a robe. Bathrobe. Shower robe. So this guy right here sold for $16 plus shipping. A little bit about the buyer on this one. Yesterday the buyer bought it. We had this originally listed for $30, and it sold once for $30. They wanted to return it. They returned it. I was like, okay, all right. It is what it is. It is vintage, and it's really nice, and it's black, and it's a big size. But then when they returned it, I listed it back up again for $30, and then somebody sent an offer for $16 yesterday. So we took it. We just wanted to get it out the door, and they got an amazing deal, right? Well, they then messaged us requesting that we do a signature, and on eBay, as you guys know, to add a signature on a label for USPS, it's gonna charge you like $3 with some change on top. So not only did we gave him I believe it was a flat fee for shipping, but on top of that, this would probably cost more than what we're paying for the shipping because it is flat rate. We always leave flat rate for bigger items. We try to, unless it's super big, then we'll leave calculated shipping just to entice people to want to purchase an item. So anything between 2 to 3 pounds, we will always do flat shipping on it, anywhere between $8.85 to $10. So sometimes if they're in the East Coast, we lose money on shipping. So we tank that loss, and so we told this buyer, like, hey, we can't do signature shipping. Like, you already got a fantastic deal in the most professional way possible, obviously. Like, it's not that we don't want to put it on your item because of the cost, because you got a fantastic deal for $16. It's not because we don't want to. It's that we're going to lose money on this. We already are losing money on it. After we shipped everything back from the return, put it back in, like, we're in the mindset of we're trying to minimize how much we lose on this item. So we told them, hey, we don't really do that typically unless we have preparations for that, and that is accommodated within the flat shipping rate. We'll increase it to cover the cost, but we are not going to do it for this item. It was already purchased unless you're willing to cover the cost. And he was like, that's fine. So we ended up canceling the order with his permission, relisting it, adding $3 and some change on the flat rate shipping, and then this is where we're at. So this guy right here is going to need to be signature because apparently there's an issue with the buyer's location where potentially could be stolen, so that's probably why. Makes sense. So we'll make it happen. All right, we're doing a voiceover for this because I wasn't recording. But we sold these New Balances also same day for 30 plus shipping. Now, these are the model, I believe it was 9060. And yeah, sold pretty fast. And then we also sold these On Cloud 5s for 50 plus shipping. These ran us $7 and they sold for 50 very fast. So super happy with this sell. And yeah, last thing, we have these Jordans, these Jordans right here. So I don't know the model because I don't have my phone out, but these are a size 9. You guys can check the model number right there. Let me see if I can focus it. There it is. These guys right here, they're not the biggest size, but surprisingly they sell for a really good amount of money. So these we picked up at the bins. I think these were exactly $7. This is the flat cost for any sports shoes, and they deem these to be sports shoes. So $7, and they sold for 160 plus shipping. These are gonna go through authentication before they get to the buyer. So I'm like 99.9% sure these are real. So hopefully this buyer enjoys them. They're in pretty good condition too. But yeah, a lot of money right here. Probably the best sell of the whole week. So anyways, that's it for me for now. You guys, I'm going to get to packaging all these items, and I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their day. Bye.